Hello, one and all. This is Johnette Crowley coming to you from Denver with our August consciousness update. So, August is a big month. There's three celestial events, but also really so much the energy of rebirth. So, the tagline for August is the courage to become new. I'm seeing I'm seeing rebirth. I'm seeing people move out of the chrysalis into something new that they hadn't imagined before. So let's just start with the three major dates. But keep in mind, August really is about becoming new. It's about emerging. It's about a power of your greater self that you might have only had glimpses of before, but now you're asked to become it. So the first big date in August is the 8/8 Lionsgate. That's traditionally been a portal of new potential. It started in Egypt. It's also observed in Peru with the rising of Sirius in the morning, the star Sirius, not seriousness, the rising of Sirius in the morning sky. When Sirius is visible, it used to mean that's when the Nile would flood and it would start a new cycle. It's also been very important for the Inca people, this Sirius in the morning sky. So the 8/8 Lionsgate, yes, it uses the magical numerology of the double infinity symbols, but it goes so much deeper than that in terms of a fresh start, a new potential. And what this Lion's Gate is really calling for us to do is very much heart-centered. The power of the lion and the energy of Leo is in an awakening heart. So you're asked to look at being authentic and go back to who you are rather than who you need to be to please everyone else. So that's fundamental in all of the openings for August is who are you really? And can you give yourself permission to be that? So although I'm calling this the courage to be new, we're starting with the courage to be you and then see where the you morphs and transforms into a new you. So Leo is about courage and strength. What it's not about is certainty. And that's going to be a theme for all of August, that we've been holding on to certainty and we find that it's a very uncertain world. And so it feels like the sands are shifting below our feet, and they are. But it's inviting us not to try harder to be more certain, to read more, to listen to more speakers, to listen to more podcasts. It's not about gathering facts and information to be certain. It's about letting go of the need to be certain. And that's where the lion is about courage when things are not nailed down, when they're not certain. So there's a lot of room for opening out of fear, out of certainty and trying to get all your ducks in a row before you take action. August is about taking action, pure, authentic action from your heart. Stay open to the questions rather than feeling safe by getting answers right away. So the Lion's Gate is really a gate and opening to whoever you are meant to be, whoever we as a collective are meant to be. So we start with a gate, an invitation to open with courage and with heart. The next big heavenly day for August is really big. It's a total solar eclipse. And this total solar eclipse, it's on August 12th, can be seen from in totality, can be seen from parts of Northern Europe, which is exciting. So total solar eclipses are about, they really are initiations. They're about initiating to your new self, to your authentic self. The moon comes over the sun, and all that isn't authentic gets blocked away, and you get to question who you've been and invite who you're becoming. So it's a time, solar eclipses, total solar eclipses are times of accelerating change, surprises. Okay, we've been surprised a lot. It's inviting a new expression of who you are. So it's more authentic and less pre-programmed by your past or what people expect. It's very much about moving from authenticity and courage rather than trying, holding on, pushing, pulling, controlling. So the lion in this solar eclipse really invites you to see who you really are, to slow down for a few moments and say, who am I? What have I been illuminating? Have I been illuminating my fears and the collective fears? Or am I standing in the illumination of our authentic soul, spiritual, connected collective? So those are the questions that are going to be front and center as August 12th hits us with the solar eclipse. What I see is what I call a harmonic field. We're going to be working with my guide Mark for the next year and a half, working with this new harmonic field that's emerging now, and its tone is being felt by us not through our heads, but through our hearts. And you're probably finding yourself confused because we used to direct our lives through our head, and now this tone is really awakening our hearts, our authentic self. And she emerges kind of confused because she doesn't have the same needs as the old self, which needs safety, control, boundaries, etc. So I invite you, especially around the solar eclipse, to ask yourself really what wants to begin, what wants to be initiated for you in this solar eclipse. And what I've seen in my one-on-one work with people, and I channeled from White Eagle and with a woman, and he said, you are moving from trying to resolve everything, right? Get it all straight and understand what to do with our life and everything, from trying to resolve to allowing a dissolve. So we're also facing the dissolving of our ego control systems that have kept us safe, and a trusting that our spiritual knowing that is emerging and that is strong can guide us. So, with that in mind, we move to the next major event in August, which is on the 28th, and that's the partial lunar eclipse. So, lunar eclipses are about completion, release, releasing old identities that don't serve you, which is what I've been talking about, allowing old structures to dissolve. And again, what I'm seeing in my one-on-one work is I'm seeing people go through almost electromagnetic changes that look pretty intense when we see them. And a purging really of the need to be accepted, the need to be right. It's a deep de-identification with the old self and the old protection mechanisms, and an emergence of this new enlightened self that is electrically constructed in a very different way. And this new enlightened self is really about love and expression, no longer about control, no longer planning everything in order to stay safe. And I'm seeing these changes in people. You know, when I watch it, I say to myself, this is enlightenment. Now, we have this false belief about enlightenment. It means you know everything. And what I'm seeing as I'm helping usher people through this threshold is it's not knowing everything. It's not knowing and being open, I guess I'd say to all knowing, but the all knowing doesn't have any facts. It's a space of openness. And honestly, I'm watching everyday people emerge into this state of a higher consciousness, a higher being. And just the warning is our default is to try to control, to become more and more mental. And notice when it's not working, please, this month, with the 8/8, with the total solar eclipse, with the partial lunar eclipse, please allow yourself to be who is emerging rather than the one who has to keep everything safe. And you've probably, if you follow astrology at all, people have been talking at the end of July about Barbolt's basket, which is how all these planets wove together in a way that to him, as an astrologer, was very significant. And what he believes is happening now, and it's echoed by many teachers, is that we're really in the beginning of an upswing in human consciousness, in human civilization. And that's what we've all been working for, externally, but internally in developing our own consciousness, is we're working to develop a foundational way of being that can support what we came for, what somehow we knew we were going to give birth to. When I'm in my higher states working with people, what I often see is as I watch them go through some amazing transformation, is all their relatives, 20, 30 generations back, these groups of people are watching us do what they couldn't do. So we are on the point of a very big pyramid of people who've placed us here. And it's on the point that we jump, that we leap to the next level of consciousness. And we are doing it. So again, I'm watching people move to higher levels of enlightenment. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know anything. Just invite yourself to not need to know, not need to know anything. Because knowing is not full. Knowing is a space, if you've been there even for a second, it's an empty space. It's a space of being. And we are being supported in activating that state of being, becoming it. We are doing it. So, big month. Let me tell you what I'm doing to help support you all. I talked about the total eclipse on the 12th. I'm actually going to do a free initiation that day. I often do these trilogies of 3 initiations, but I couldn't get it organized because we're getting a new website, so I couldn't get it organized fast enough to sell that trilogy. So we're doing this first one absolutely free. It's a harmonic field trilogy, and it is an initiation on the day of the total eclipse. It's probably not on my website, but it will be. So it's on August 12th. Make a note to around the 9th to take a look at my website so you can get the link to watch this free initiation that's channeled. It will be on Zoom. It will be recorded so that you can watch it at any time. We're going to have it at a time so that those of you in Europe can actually go outside and watch the eclipse. The next thing I'm doing is I'm continuing my personal sessions this month, so I still have spaces available, and my Zoom International Masters Mentoring Group, where I take 12 people for 6 months of beautiful, amazing, transformational, in-depth work. I still have 3 spaces left. So take a look at my website, JohnetteCrowley.com, and just feel if you're ready to join 11 other masters from around the world to become who your next step is. And lastly, our Mark Channel classes on Monday will start again September 28th. We've taken a break while we've been building the new website that isn't up yet, but it will be. So Mark will be working on a whole new series, working with super consciousness. The first part will be architecture of the new human, and that will be 8 classes. And then the second one is 8 classes in the living field of consciousness. And the third will be allness as a permanent state. So I know you're working so much to find your truth, to find your grounded beingness, and we are supported. We are, as a collective, making tremendous strides, and what you are doing is helping all the people who've come before us and all the people who come after us. This is a big year. It asks for you to have the courage to become new. Thank you for being on your spiritual path. Each of you adds so much to your families, but to this collective consciousness that we're building. When we read the news, it doesn't seem that we're doing a very good job, but everything we're doing is right on track. And what we see not working is the dissolving of the old. And please keep the faith, keep your heart open and your truth in front of you. Thank you for the opportunity, and happy, happy August.